Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Dragon Nest Arena for potentially the last time this evening. It is the Philippines taking on Malaysia. The Philippines, if they win it, they will take out the title of the best of four here this evening. The Malaysians will have different ideas altogether, and we'll be heading across to the Lost Temple to find out exactly what the story will be in just a moment. In the meantime, the two teams for you. Let's run quickly through them. The Malaysian side, that man, the Semi Udai, he is over on the far left-hand side of the stage. Swifts is in between him and Nels. And then on the right-hand side of the stage, I have the Philippines, Walter, Sherelle, and Germore, who will be playing the Elemental Lord. Let's get ourselves ready to rock and roll as we go across to the Lost Temple. Just a quick rundown through the players. The difference, of course, an Elemental Lord is in play for the Philippines, where that is not the case for the Malaysian side, who have a Bowmaster instead. Both sides both have a mercenary and a priest. So we'll be getting ourselves ready to rock and roll across to the Lost Temple in just a few moments. Just waiting on one of the players to get themselves sorted as the two teams just, looks like one small minor issue with the keyboard getting all organised. And then we'll be off and racing. Full congratulations to 777, who just took out the 1v1 title here this evening. And that is a definite good piece of work for him, as he will take home the title for his Chinese teammates. The event, of course, here sponsored by Alienware, Intel, Sound Image Productions, and Star Hub, and we'll be heading across to the Lost Temple, it looks like, right now, ladies and gentlemen. So here we go, the Lost Temple, the big figure-8 map that it is going to be the platform for the war that is about to be waged between these two sides, as the Philippine side, with their Elemental Lord intact, that is Germore, starts to rock on across the map straight away, get all aggressive. A few buffs and everything else popped out straight away, but look at that Elemental Lord go in to the attack straight away. There's the big lightning cross drop down at the corner. There's the Elemental Lord getting just stuck by that. Yeah, that's a good piece of work there from both sides to just drop that cross down, and it'll send everybody packing back towards the mid. The bridge will be the subject of most players at this stage, as they all just abide their time. So here come the Malaysian team, just getting themselves set up. The Bowmaster coming into effect here. That is the player known as Semi Udai. And he starts to get himself set up and waiting in back play. So here they come through now. It's a mercenary push as one rocks on through in the form of Walter. He has been fairly effective for his Philippine team as they start to now get in amongst all the action over the far side. There is Walter on your screen right now as he gets dropped in the back play by the priest in the form of Nels. He takes him down. His Elemental Lord, Germore, just sitting at the back there. There's the first player to get dumped onto the ground. It is going to be an advantage to the Philippines straight off the bat here as the shots start to ring out across into that corner. There's plenty of action happening, but the mercenary in the form of Swift, is not doing too flash hot at the moment. He's being subjected to much torture from an Elemental Lord and a mercenary, and he'll get taken down, as will the remainder of the Malaysian side. The Philippines grab the first one 1-0. So this 3v3 matchup, ladies and gentlemen, as I just said before, the winner, if it is the Malaysian side, it turns this whole competition into a bit of a troublesome one, as a three-way tie starts to ensue. However, if the Philippine side comes away with a win, they turn a clear winner and will come away with the spoils of war. As the mercenary starts to push on through. Great work there from Swifts as he puts out the big roundhouse at the same time as he throws the axe in the right direction. Now he gets accompanied by that man Walter, who bashes him over to the back play. That is going to put the mercenary out of action for just a little bit. It could give an opportunity here for the Filipino side to take a couple of extra kills, but in fact they've all been split up across the map. There is an acrobat, a Bowmaster all out the back play, trying to take on the Elemental Lord, but nothing really too great to write home about on that situation. Germore just getting himself stuck into a bit of an awkward situation, but the support has come through quite nicely and is going to be quite well received. Still a 3v3 situation. There's the priest for the Philippines starting to finally catch up with his teammates. 2 minutes left on the clock as the two teams start to progress, and not quite a kill taken yet, but it's going to be pretty damn close to it. I'm sure I can feel it in the air as shots across the mid are starting to bring on up the damage points, and more starting to push on through. They're back into a 3v3 standoff. They're a close range standoff nonetheless, so the spells will come thick and fast. The shots are going across the map. The mercenary goes in. That's Walter trying to do his darndest to bash and crash across one of the players. He throws himself over towards the priest. Is going to be the... Oh, here comes the whirlpool. Perfectly timed. Picks up 2 players. Takes out 1. Takes out 2 of them. He did it with consummate ease as well. And it's going to be the priest left and back play, which he'll try and drop the shoulder on. Couldn't quite do so. Now he's going to try and bash him and crash him out the back. He throws his axe around. In fact, it's a great big hammer. Stops the player up onto a glitch spot up onto the wall, and that's not going to be too much of a concern for him because he's got his 2 teammates in support who will help him out in this situation. He gets dropped onto the ground. Elemental Lord will come in and support, firing some various shots off, goes onto the broomstick and enshrouds him in fire, and that will be the succumbing of that man. Another round to the Philippines. Moore just rocking on in with the broomstick to finish the player off, but all the hard work was done by his mercenary teammate on screen now in the form of Walter. Sherelle quite content to just sit back and let his 2 offensive teammates, not offensive in respect that he doesn't like him, but their very attacking styles come into consideration, and indeed they did very, very well. They go chasing this time round, and it's no hiding for Malaysia on this occasion. They tried the game of hide and so seek, but they failed miserably. It is 2 rounds to 1 on the scoreboard as the absolute unraveling of shots starts to unfold. Look at them go nuts over in the corner. It is going to be a very closely matched affair as everybody just stays nice and tightly packed. They're going for the bridge of the Malaysian side, but they're not even going to get a chance to get up there because in come all these 3 Filipino players. They've already dropped 1. So they're going to be left with just a priest and a bowmaster to take down. So the mercenaries are already being dropped as they just fire the shots all over the place. The priest is quite content to have a go at the bowmaster. Down comes Gurmore. He takes out the bowmaster, and it's just going to be to the priest to try and win the round. He won't do nothing because the mercenary got this. Walter picking up the pieces, and the Philippines, a 3-0 lead, is looking very solid for them at this stage in the game. Some nice work here from the Philippines players, teaming up perfectly well. You could almost write a textbook about how well they're doing together, and that is exactly the way that you need to play this game of Dragoness PvP, especially in the 3v3 scenario, obviously, as the teams just rock on in. Once again, aggressive is the nature of this Filipino side. They're not shy of going straight into battle and dancing with the opposition. Round the corner they go as the Malaysian side gets a chance to go up the top of the stairs and up onto the bridge. So they'll occupy the troll bridge for the moment as the heals will come out from the priest. And the Malaysian side will be quite content just to hold off and wait. They'll try a different tactic here. And now the Filipino side just backing out, looking for option 2 as the 2 teams just wait their way through this. Bit of a Mexican standoff as 1 minute elapses. We'll have a couple left on the clock. Priest bouncing around, looking up the top of the bridge. He's not doing that just because he feels like it's a bit of a fun thing to do. He's just looking up the top of the bridge, trying to see if there's any players up there. He can't do so at the moment. And what he's doing over here is I think there's a little bit of an angle I can go on. Yeah, there it is there. Angle I can go on to get the glitch on whether there's a player up there, but he's not finding anything at this stage. So here we go. The 3 players from Malaysia waiting it on out. 1 minute 40 is left on the clock. Here they come now, the 3 Filipino players pushing around the corner. The priest is ready for them. He unloads a cheeky little lightning bolt. Nobody picked up though. And now they just waited on out a little bit more. More bow and arrows action going up there as the bowmaster fires a couple across to her. Oh, the elemental lord copping them to the face. As the 2 players who make the differences in the sides just come to blows there. The mercenary rocks on up. From Walter's perspective, he unloads the whirlpool nice and early and cops a couple of players in and amongst it. It won't do massive damage early on in the piece, but it'll be enough to rattle them and shake them as well. 1 minute left in the round as they finally find each other and start to go toe-to-toe as the middle of the round ensues. The mercenary here for the Philippine side has dropped down. He's going to have to do a full lap to get back into the game, but it's going to be okay at the moment. Still 3v3 situation. Arrows are bounded up the top of the map as the bridge comes under siege from the Malaysian side. The Filipinos just trying to stay amongst it and trying to keep their heads in the game. It's still a 3v3 situation. 35 seconds left on the clock, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to turn into a very closely one rounder for whoever gets the advantage here, or it's going to potentially turn to custard for whoever decides to run away. 3 players from the Philippines go down to the bottom of the bridge. They're going to get followed by the Malaysian side. It's still a 3v3 situation. The Priest goes pushing on in. He just avoids a boulder going flying over his head. He's going looking for the acrobat. Can't quite find it. No, can't take her down. Boulder goes flung over to the far side. It's still a 3v3 situation. 10 seconds left on the clock. Can they grab a cheeky kill along the way through? It is not going to look like it's going to happen. 4, 3, 2 and 1 will turn into end of round. It'll be a draw, and the players will come back and do it all again in just a moment. Best option possible there for both sides to take after they became so late in the round to try and affect anything. So in the end, it was the best option, and it was the option that was uplifted. So now we see the Mercenary here and the Malaysian side in general just following suit as they get themselves set up. Once again, that Mercenary in the form of Walter, absolutely gung-ho attack. They've cornered the Mercenary insofar as Swift is concerned. He gets stuck in a bit of an awkward position. His teammates have to come back down the bridge to try and assist, and it's going to be a little bit too late because he's already going to be damaged up to crap and back, and he's going to get caught in a very dangerous situation here. He's going to get himself stuck on now the retaliation starts to come. That is good work. Jermore just copping the other end of a bit of heat. As I say that though, some great work from Jermore. He got barreled up into the air, chucked down some ice, trapped the opposition players and managed to recover himself out of that. It is a fantastic situation. Bowmaster goes down courtesy of the Mercenary's Hammer of Doom, and now it's going to be looking bad for the Priest from the Malaysian perspective. In fact, it's going to look, both players are going to look badly, and it'll be another win for the Philippines. They'll grab a 4th round on the victory scales, and it'll be 4 rounds to 0 on the scoreboard here at the Dragon Nest Arena. Of course, this competition here, the best of 4 from the Shanda Invitational, is proudly supported by Alienware, Intel, Sound Image Productions and StarHub, and the prizes courtesy of TT Esports by Thermal Take. It is a fantastic little setup that we've got going on here, and it's all courtesy of Funan, the Digital Life Mall here in Singapore, where all these players have come to crash and bash. The current teams on your screens: Malaysia taking on the Philippines as the shots go ringing across the map. They come to blows nice and early once again as 30 seconds have elapsed, and it's already looking like it's going to be a very busy round for both sides as boulders are flung, so are the arrows, and a few... Oh, there goes the big grand cross from the Priest as he summons it from both sides of the equation, fires it on down. Nobody's going to walk into it though. So the communications continuing in between the Philippines players, yelling and screaming at each other, making sure that they're all kept in check, while the Malaysian players are a little bit more calm, but still throwing the odd comms out here and there. We just wait for these players down the back of the map here, just watching the time, biding their time, watching the players move around. 1 minute 50 left on the clock now. The lightning cross dropped down in the middle of the map, and the players are starting to make their way through towards that lightning cross. The Mercenary a bit, so yeah, it was a bit of a optimistic approach turn towards that lightning cross. He threw himself down and the gauntlet was laid, but unfortunately for him, just copping the other end of a piece of lightning. Now the push starts to come through. Jermore is the first man to make a move. He gets some support from his priestly friend as they follow up. They're going to go right around the corner here and go towards the stairs. A big preemptive strike there from the Malaysian players, and it's not a bad one either, as Jermore is going to get left himself all alone. The Priest comes in as support, but the Mercenary for the Malaysian side whirlpooling up and doing some great work there. The Elemental Lord better be careful here in this situation, because she's already got herself into a world of hurt by being the only one to rock on through. In fact, there she goes. Done over. Mercenary wins on that little battle, as the Bowmaster and the Priest start to sit back here from a Malaysian perspective. They know they've got the one-man advantage, but the Mercenary is stuck down in amongst all the killing at the bottom of the stairwell at the stage, and now getting hammered by a cheeky little lightning bolt here and there. It's going to be Mercenary v Mercenary action as they try and grab an extra kill to at least even up the player count and try and push this through to a draw, is the perspective that the Philippines will have. They've still got a 3v2 situation. They're still trying to bash their way through it. Here they go, combo time coming up. No, it's not. The Mercenary just breaks away from that attack from his opposite number, and down goes the opposite number's Mercenary. So the Malaysians have a 3v1 situation on their hands with just a Priest remaining. They're going to trap him in a corner, start ragdolling him, and hopefully take away a win with the clock ticking down. It's not going to look good either which way you like it. The Malaysians will grab themselves around on the board in just a second. There it is. So it'll be 4 rounds to 1. It won't be a straight through pants on the ground victory for the Philippine side. They'll get some resistance from the Malaysians, and they'll be keen to continue to add to that tally with this Malaysian side in much the same vein as the Singaporeans did against the Chinese side, and which caused such a ruckus and a stir. They did very, very well for the efforts that they put in, and that was a solid piece of work from them to do so. Singaporeans are obviously watching on, as we all are here, to see how this match will unfold. The Malaysians now just barreling out away from the Philippine side, who not quite as aggressive on this roundup. A few shots coming through from the Malaysian side, and now the Mercenary barrels on through. He goes down the back trying to find a vulnerable Elemental Lord to take on down. Can't quite do so. The Elemental Lord Jumor just goes right up to the frontsies and goes nutso on his opposite number than the form of the Bowmaster. The shots are good ones here from all concerned as the Holy Light streams down upon everybody. The shots are being affected quite nicely. The homing arrows hit their mark in the form of the Elemental Lord. She is copping a will to hurt, but she's also doing some decent damage at the same time. Out comes the Flaming Rod, and it is semi-effective there on the opposite players. It's still a 3v3 situation. 1 minute elapsed, 2 minutes to go in the round as the Mercenary continues to push on through. The Bowmaster right up in front of the Elemental Lord, who was caught mid-spell, cops a bit of damage, but nothing really that was going to be too much of an issue. And in fact, the Bowmaster's got herself into an awful situation out the back. Her teammates are taken down, so is she, and that will be the win to the Philippines. They take the round. 6 kills to the Elemental Lord, 6 to the Mercenary, and 3 to the Priest, where it's a fairly sorry-looking state of affairs on the opposite side of the equation. So the two sides will switch aroo. The Chaos and the Ancient will be occupied by the differing sides. So it looks like we'll see the the Malaysian side jump across to the Ancients, that's the blue, and we'll see the Filipino side jump across to the Chaos in the red. Very convincing win there, and we're going to head our way back to the Lost Temple once again, and it'll be hopefully a decent matchup here this time around as we go there now. So this best of 4 Shanda Invitational starting to come to a head. The Philippines getting themselves in the first step in the rung on the way up the ladder to the top as their foot is severely pushed in the right direction. They have got a chokehold on this Malaysian side, and they're once again aggressive, this time in the colour of red, as I just said before, the Chaos side, as the Ancients occupied by the Malaysians are copping a whole lot of hurt. Here comes the Elemental Lord. Jumor is going to go unloading on the ice and the flames and the fire and everything else you like. He fires some shots off. There goes the Grand Cross in support. Nice piece of work there from the Priest in the form of Shirel. So nice work from him. Semi Udai with the bow in hand is just flinging arrows from atop that bridge right down into the mid. And Swift's the Mercenary needs to get amongst it and get some arrows going in the right way that he has done so earlier on in the game. Elemental Lord going up to the top of the bridge, not seeing any players to take on down as the Priest and Mercenary in support. These Philippine players stay very, very close, very tightly packed and very well organised as they wait for the opposition players to make themselves known. Malaysians quite happy just to wait it on out. Oh, the Priest finds them, and they're going to go in toe-to-toe now. Almost a surprise attack as the Priest popped out around the corner and said, yo, what up? Here comes some lightning, and that's exactly what he dropped down from above. A lightning cross, which is just going to numb them and potentially numb the pain of what is ensuing as the Mercenary goes full absolute whirlpool and spins himself around on the spot on a couple of different occasions. Here comes the shots are good ones here. Big combination from the Elemental Lord as he fires up the big fire flaming waterfall. It goes upstairs and sends the Priest into a world of hurt. It's going to be still a 3v3 situation. 1 minute left on the clock as things start to tick on down, and more time is going to be required here as these two teams continue to push and press each other. It might be a situation of rally your teammates together and start to take them down. Oh, great big vortex sent up in the air, and the Bowmaster is going to be part of it as far as Walter's concerned. He's going to try and combo her up, but he can't quite do so. Throws some more explosions in her general direction. 3v2 situation here as the Malaysians lose their first. Mercenary goes down. Walter drops for courtesy of the Bowmaster. It's a 2v2 situation. 40 seconds left on the clock here as the two players are going to split themselves up. The Mercenary firing a boulder down deep. But the acrobat is left on his lonesome over in a different direction. Sorry, the bowmaster from the perspective of the Philippine side, the Malaysian side, I mean, as the Philippines, having still stuck together, are now needing to try and spot one of these players and take them down. 20 seconds left on the clock. It's looking ever like it's a decreasing circle. And these two teams are now going to have to just battle it, settle for a draw in this first round. Oh, the priest is knocked down. This could go their way. The rain of fire and the rain of arrows. The combination from the mercenary was a semi-decent one. Oh, no, but it's going to be evened up. Oh, lucky to still stand there in the end was the Philippine player, as Jumor came in right at the very, very bitter end to try and save the day, and it was going to be a safe bet in the end anyway. Drawn first round here in the second match. It went the full 3 minutes, and everything came out null and void. So we push on to the next roundup as the players are all starting to push in the right directions here on this map of the Lost Temple. This is the Shanda Invitational, best of 4, ladies and gentlemen, and it is going absolutely crazy here as these two sides, they know it's all on the line. Malaysia looking to even up the table, while the Philippines looking to take the table out and grab themselves a win. It is all on for love or money. Plenty of lightning, plenty of rain, plenty of fire. The holy load, look at the rain of arrows coming in from above as they all hit their mark in various shapes and form. Boulders start to go firing across. Here comes the push from Sherelle. He leads his team into battle, and the mercenary follows suit and then decides he'll take the forefront position as Sherelle getting bounced up the top. He's going to get himself stuck underneath the bridge, but he'll be happy to just continue to fire the heels. He knows he can drop across from down there and will land up above him, so he'll continue to support from that regard. The bowmaster pops himself down the bottom. Mercenary is down there to meet him. So is the priest. They're going to combo up to create all manner of fury, and it's going to be the one player still standing here for the Malaysian side, and that is going to turn into custard for a round defeat. The Philippines finally grab it. It all happened in a matter of seconds up the top of the bridge, and then carry on down to the bottom, with the win coming in the end to the Philippine side. So that's the first of the 5 required from the Philippines perspective. If they are to pick up this game nice and early on in the piece, they will do so with 5 rounds here. First to 5 wins the match, and in this situation it'll be the game and best of 4 championship as well if it's the Filipino side. They continue to push on through. Much more aggressive here from the Malaysians as well, as they get themselves set up the top of the bridge and just continue to throw the boulders down, throw the lightning down, throw the hail of arrows down as it goes down all the way through the middle of the map, and shots are fired all over the place again. More crosses launched. It's although they're close range and they're still getting some damage onto each other, it is very much a standoff situation. Oh, great boulder there from the mercenary from Malaysia. Just flung it down the bottom of the stairs and it hit its mark perfectly. Now they go barreling over. They're going to go launch into it. Leroy Jenkins style as they go flying full frontal. There's a big swirling axe that goes in out the other side as far as the concern of Walter is. He goes close to his opposite teammate's priest, and that man, the Nels, will cop a whole lot of fury coming in his general direction. There comes Walter. He continues on with this attack onto the Nels, but barrels out and in the end goes to support his own priest. Now the priest is in form of Nels is looking for some other support somewhere else. Lots of noise coming from the two teams as the whirlpool comes and stems itself up. Bit of a somersault roll there from the bowmaster, caught in a bit of an Elemental Lord freeze, and she will get taken down. Elemental Lord wins out on that one, so good work there from Jumor. The mercenary of Malaysia, that is Swift, he gets himself caught into a spot of bother and bails out away from everybody, and it's going to leave their poor old priest in a spot of bother as he's the only player left. He gets caught into a vortex, gets chucked up. The mercenary joins him. That is great work there. So the 2 remaining Malaysian players, in fact one of them gets taken out along the way, are now going to be caught into a world of hurt. One remains. It is the mercenary. He is running around pretty much at a loose end, trying to find something to do, and then the only thing he's probably got an option of doing is dying, which is going to happen right about now. 1 round to nil will turn into 2, and the Philippines grabbing another one and going ever so much more closer to that win here in this best of 4 champion. Once again, the sponsors here: Alienware, Intel, as well as Sound Image Productions and StarHub, bringing it all together to make sure everybody can connect to everything they need to. And of course the prizes that these players are playing for, courtesy of TT Esports by Thermal Take. The two teams clashing in through the bottom of the map there. The lightning rains down. There's all manner of attacks going on through. The teams are starting to really push themselves onto each other and getting stuck into them as well. The side of the Malaysians is sticking together quite nicely here, but the Philippines also making sure that they are backing each other quite nicely. The Priest is just staying out of the action, continuing to heal his teammates. So that's good work there from Sherelle, as he makes sure that his teammates, now he steps into the breach in this 3v3 situation. There's lightning crosses dumped down on the floor, and there's plenty of options. Oh, big lightning, flame rod there from Gurmore is well timed. It's going to do a nice piece of damage to the opposition. Malaysian players now caught in the ice shards, as they're going to have to escape those ones. They're going to get hammered in quite a big way. The Acrobat just looking to jump on in, the Bowmaster looking to jump on in and create some havoc. Couldn't quite do so. First player down is the Mercenary for the Malaysian side. So that's one down. It's a 3-on-2 situation as a result. Bowmaster looking in a spot of bother as she's trying to face up against an Elemental Lord. She catches her, not quite able to take her down. Here comes some more shots from the Elemental Lord, looking for some area of effect ones. And here comes the support. They've taken out the one remaining player that the Bowmaster had available, and now she's all left on her lonesome. Bounces with the double jump up in the air, fires off a volley of arrows. Can't quite survive this onslaught though. She continues just to try and fend them away. Here comes the Elemental Lord in the form of Jumor. It is going to have to be an offensive push either way you like, because she's just running away, and there we go. The Priest waiting under the bridge does the damage as the Mercenary teams up as well. And it'll be 3 rounds to the Philippines, none to Malaysia, after they went down 5 rounds to 1 in the first. So we push on into the next map, and on go the shots all over the place. So they once again play a game of cat and mouse earlier on the round, and pushing around the corner, waiting for the players to come in towards them. The area of effect spells and activity start to take effect. Nobody really taking advantage at this early stage. Now the Malaysian players come back around the corner. A bow shot knocks the Elemental Lord down, but it won't be too much to worry about. The Elemental Lord just blinking away. Good work there from Jermore. And the Bowmaster in the form of Semi Udai just firing more and more arrows, just trying to keep everything at bay. Malaysia still stuck as 50 odd seconds elapsed now, and still no major action. Here we go. Here comes that man, Walter. He pushes on through. There's a wayward Semi Udai sitting there waiting for him with the bow in hand, trying to get a couple of early kills. The homing arrows are good ones. They all take the player down. As now the 3 Malaysian players, there's one in a world of hurt, but the other 2 looking like they're in a solid position. Out comes the offensive push from the Filipino side. They are very, very good as a unit. They stay together and almost push like a wall, and everybody knows that when a wall's coming towards you, it's not going to be good news. Big damage there from the Priest as he goes up to take on this 2v1 situation, and he gets the better of it on this occasion. So great work from him. Homing arrows go flying on in, take out the Priest and knock him to the floor, as the Bowmaster continues to throw the arrows out there. It's going to be looking good for him here, although they've lost a teammate, but the Bowmaster's still doing some great damage on the way through. It's a 3v2 situation. Is he going to get caught? Yes, he is going to get caught in that whirlpool, and that's not going to be some good news for him at all, as he's going to get taken down. It's at a 3v1 situation. The Filipino players looked like they were down and out, but they picked themselves back up off the floor after getting themselves in a bit of trouble, a bit of spot of bother. Their Mercenary on 22 and their Elemental Lord on 26, but the key was the Priest was on a very healthy state of affairs, and that's another one in the bank for the Philippines. 4 rounds to 0 here on the second one. It is match game point for the Philippine side. The Shanda Invitational. Could it be this round in the best of 4, or could it be the next one that the Philippines take the championship out? They go straight to blows early on in the piece to the Malaysians and the Filipino players. It's a nice early start here. The Sherelle is just unloading all manner of fury over in the background of play on your screen right now. He goes toe-to-toe with his opposite number. Here comes the Mercenary in the form of Walter. He's barrel rolling all over the place, but he's firing all manner of moves off at the same time. Jermore over in the background is also assisting quite nicely. He gets himself buffered on up nicely as well as the shots continue to push on out. Flame is flying everywhere, so Jermore is really hitting his work and hitting his straps. Homing arrows from the Bowmaster are good ones, but she's just stuck in the back play here, and the former CMU Dye needs to get in there and support his teammates. The Priest backs out with them, so that is, or Nell's in support. Where's Swifts? He's down. That is the first player to get dropped. It is going to be a 3v2 situation. Make that a 3v1 situation. This game is done and dusted just about. It is going to be a Bowmaster v3, and this Filipino side has been far too dominant here in this final face-off between these two sides, and it's going to be CMU Dye playing Ragdoll Affair over in the background, ladies and gentlemen. It will be done, dusted. It'll be the Shanda Invitational won by, there's the GG indeed from CMU Dye. It'll be the Shanda Invitational best of 4 won by the Philippines, ladies and gentlemen. They are indeed the best of 4. Just the one kill there from the players from the Malaysian side, and a very dominant effort there in the end from the players from the Philippines in the end to take it on out, and that is decent work from them on the Lost Temple. So there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. Philippines come away the winner here at the Funan Digital Life Mall in Singapore. The players all coming together in the SEA finals. Philippines, Malaysia, Singapore and China came to blows, and in the end it was the Philippines that came out the winners in the 3v3. GG to them, and they were very well won in the end in a convincing fashion. 5 rounds to 1 and 5 rounds to 0 here in the final. There's not much more that can be said other than the scoreline, because that's pretty much all you need to read into the game. They have put their efforts together, and you can tell these Filipino players are loving it. So well played to them. In the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, that is the Shanda Invitational. It has been the best of 4. The Philippines have come up trumps, and we'd like to thank you for tuning on and taking care of everything here, because we've certainly enjoyed it. That is that, done and dusted. Best of 4 Philippines.